Hey everybody, it's the boss lady here, coming to you from my vehicle, just leaving church. I thought I saw something flying in here with one of them fuzzies. Just leaving church. I'm so happy. Just making sure don't nobody hit me. Don't hit me. Oh my goodness. So I was going to record something else, but I'm glad that I went to church and our pastor emeritus preached today, and it was so good. Like, for real, so good. So I'm not going to even stress about what I really was going to talk about. At least not to its entirety. Like, you know, I ain't going to fuss about whatever. But anyway, his subject today was called Born Again. Cousin Pastor was sick, so Pastor Emeritus preached. But anyway, his title was Born Again, and he came out of John chapter 3, verses 1 through 3, and he was talking to Nicodemus. And so, anyway, the gist of it was, you know, when you've been born again, you don't do like you used to, you know. You don't operate like you used to, or, you know, you don't be sitting back gossiping and stuff like that. And when you're born again, people take notice of, you know, your actions and how you've been and stuff. So I bring all that up because recently I was contacted by, I say this loosely, but my childhood friend, and I've spoke about her before on the channel, and it was in a negative way. You know, she texted me and was basically kind of like going off on me and, you know, having an attitude with me. And at first, when I was going to tell y'all about it, I was about to be like, yes, and this and that, and da-da-da. Now it's like, whatever, you know. Clearly, we don't see eye to eye. We don't run in the same circles, number one. We don't see eye to eye, number two. Now, hear me clear when I say this. I, by no means, think I'm better than her. I don't think I'm better than her. I'm not trying to be better than her. I'm just trying to live right and take care of... Ooh, I don't know what that was, but I hope I didn't roll over it. Lord Jesus. You know, by no means am I trying to, you know, think I'm better, act like I'm better. I'm just living life, you know, and I'm trying to live life transformed and, you know, accept the blessings that are coming my way and, you know, move on about business. Her, on the other hand, she's stuck in the past of how things were in the past, you know. And I know there are people, don't get me wrong, I know there are people who had friends since they was 5 years old. Okay. You know what I mean? I do have a friend or associate that I've had since Miss Peanut was 2. Okay, but never do we ever sit and complain, or I ain't talked to you and you ain't talked to me, and why ain't you calling me, and why ain't you text me back, and I don't get none of that from her. Please don't. Whatever you do. So anyway, but after listening to the pastor today, you know, I really just kind of sat and really thought about it. And then after listening to the pastor, and also after reading the church covenant was really like, we read it every first Sunday before we do communion. But this Sunday when I read it, I really read it. Like, I was looking at the words and really letting them penetrate my soul. And, you know, and if I find it online, I'll try to post a clip of it, at least the piece that I'm thinking of, where it talks about, you know, not backbiting and tattletelling and whatever, you know, living life transformed, this and that. I can't remember the words verbatim off the top of my head because it's a long covenant, so I can't remember it. I've never been one to memorize that because it's so long. But anyway, after listening to him, after reading the covenant today, I'm just like, you know, and I'm not trying to say, oh, I'm better. I'm not. You know, we all fall short of the glory of God every single day. Every single day is a brand new day, you know, and every day that I'm able to open my eyes, that's one more day that I can, you know, be acceptable to God and do his will. So anyway, I was very offended by her actions this week on Memorial Day, matter of fact. So as you're seeing this, this would be last week when this happened, because this is actually Sunday to start the new week. So last week on Memorial Day, when these actions happened, it really bothered me. But I am to a point now where I'm not gonna sit up and fuss. You know, I'm not gonna sit up and fuss with a person. I'm not gonna sit up and cuss with a person. I don't want to sit up and gossip, and you know, that's just not my thing anymore. I'm on a different playing field, not a different level. Now I will say, new levels bring new devils, and I know I'm getting ready to embark on a new level in my career. But as far as like my social life, I'm just trying to stay on a different playing field. I'm just trying to continue to be a good person and live right. So yeah, the sermon was good today. I did not record it today. I didn't know Cousin Pastor was sick until, of course, I got to church. But you know, I still was good. You know, I mean, Pastor Emeritus, he that's not my doctor, is it? I don't think he got a motorcycle. I don't know. Anyway, but at any rate, you know, like I said, this happened on Memorial Day evening, and I was really kind of like put off, and I was gonna pose a question to you guys, like, am I being a jerk by, you know, asking her not to, you know, contact me with drama? Because seriously, it was drama. And I was just like, you know, I don't ever want to lead off in a conversation with negativity. And that's just how it was presented to me. And so I was just like, what the heck, right? But, you know, after going to church today and listening to my pastor and reading the church covenant, no, I honestly feel that I was not being a jerk. And that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, you know. And I did ask the person not to, you know, text me back that night, because I was going to bed, and if she did, I was going to block her, period. Like, you know, because at this point in my life, I am trying to have peace, and you're not going to disrupt my peace on my phone. You know what I mean? I'm like, this is the phone that I'm paying for, and you're going to try to disrupt my peace? Are you crazy? So, no, you're not going to disrupt my peace. You know, you're not going to call me with no mess. You're not going to text me with no mess. I already don't have dealings on social media. So, you know what I mean? I'm not about that life. You know, there's other things in this world that we have to be fighting for and prepared for. I don't know if you guys have watched the news. I'm sure most of you have, and I'm surprised no one has like sent any messages to me. But we did have a situation that made national news here last Thursday, I believe it was, where an officer was unalived. And I mean, it made national news because I had family from other states contacted me like, y'all okay? Where's everybody at? And I was like, what? So anyway, with this happening, there is talks of watch, fight, and pray, basically. And I have never known the pastor to speak like this, but he told the entire congregation in the church on Facebook, we need to be prayerful because something is brewing and something is coming. Now, I don't know if that means all states. I don't know if that means just Minnesota, but I do know, after hearing him say it today, it was confirmation. I had already kind of saw some stuff on social media, and, you know, about our city and be careful and this and that. And, you know, and I'm just like, ooh-wee. I mean, literally, like, the pastor today was like, be careful where you go. And you guys already know I'm careful about being in the quote-unquote hood. But he was like, not just in the inner city hood. He's like, be careful what cities you go to. He even asked, he said, I know you guys are planning vacations. He even asked the congregation to cancel your vacation plans. Be careful, be mindful, because and he said, I got this information from a police friend. And I'm like, what? What now? Now, I know some people, it probably went in one ear out the other, but baby, listen. And he said, I'm not trying to worry you. I don't want you to be worried. He said, I want you to pray. I want you to pray, and I want you to be watchful and make sure that you're prepared. And I'm just like, okay. That tells me what I need to know. And so I instantly text my husband, because I'm like, listen. This is what the pastor said. Now, and this pastor, he's not one of these young whippersnapper pastors. This pastor, I mean, he's retired. So if he's been called, and I've never seen, like, with all the stuff that went on in our city with George Floyd, all them, I never seen this particular pastor on the front line. So if he's telling us something, I'm prone to believe it. And that's just straight like that. You know, we already got enough stuff going on with these kids and this and that. So, and he said, I don't want you to worry. I don't want you to be scared. He said, I want you to start praying. He said, we as a church, we need to pray so that we can be prepared for whatever's coming our way. And so that's what I'm going to do. So once again, like I said, we got other stuff that's a battle. You know what I mean? Other stuff to fight or whatever. Not no, oh, you just ain't call me type of stuff. Child, please. So, yeah. But church was good. Church was real good. And I'm really thankful that I got to see my family today. And now I'm going to get ready to finish cooking my dinner. And then I'm gonna go to sleep. Go to sleep, because it's just that good of a Sunday. I am gonna call my parents though, because I want to advise them of what the pastor said. You know, mom and dad just kind of, you know, do mom and dad stuff, and you know, and my mom's getting ready to leave the country in 19 days. So, you know, it's just a matter of gotta be careful. And I just, you know, gotta be careful, period. Just gotta be careful. So, but that'd be that. But yeah, I had a good time at church today, and I'm not for the drama, regardless of whatever, whoever. I'm not for the drama. I won't put up with the drama. And yeah, so, you know, every time I think about, well, maybe I should do a letter, or maybe I should do like an invitation to church, it's not received well. It's just not. When I've said, you know, you need to go to church, and I've always been a church girl, always. Even when I have taken my, I guess you would call it sabbaticals or whatever, I've always been a church girl. So, you know, I never let my faith go just because I wasn't in a building, you know, because the church starts in the heart. But I don't know. It's just this particular person, I can't say they don't believe in God, but they don't believe in church. I know that. And I'm on a spiritual journey that is going to take me places that staying stagnant with the drama, that can't happen. So, you know, like I said, I'm getting ready to embark on a new journey financially, my career, and I can't allow petty teenage middle school stuff to detour me. I don't even desire to sit on the phone and gossip. Like, I mean, there's times where, like, even if my mom calls and she gets to talk about, oh, so and so and such, I just be sitting there like, for real? Like, you know, I don't have the desire. It's like, you know, even, I mean, I've gone through times where I'll just be in like a spiritual, not spiritual warfare, but more or less just like a spiritual journey where I'm like really just like praying and reading and this and that. And, you know, and God speaks to me, you know, and you know, that's not right. You know, you wasn't raised that way. Okay, Lord, I hear you. So if I'm hearing him, then it's time for me to be obedient. And just like, cause what was it? I wrote some notes down. From the service today. And it was more so, I mean, he was preaching, but I was more so writing notes for me, more or less than really writing notes from the sermon. So like, you know, he had said, the goodness of the Lord makes everything all possible. I don't know why this word is in there. I don't know what I was doing. I must have been thinking and writing at the same time. He said sometimes we have to get back to basics. I believe that wholeheartedly. Everything that happens to me, God did it. So you know how sometimes we'll sit and like, oh, the devil. No. Everything that happens is God. When you are born again, there is something about you that changes. And then he said, I got Jesus. That's how I have what I have and do what I do. That one, baby, I wish I had my highlighter, because I'd have been highlighting, circling, starring, all that. You know, and the last one, learn to talk to Jesus for yourself. And I wish, you know, my prayer is that she would eventually get to that point in life. You know, don't talk to me about whatever you got going on. Talk to the Lord. And I've said that before. And I think when I say that, she thinks I'm being facetious, but I'm not. I mean, or, you know, just being like smart mouth. I'm not. I mean, literally, one thing that I was raised to learn, like when we were little, you know, they always would say, you know, if you don't know how to pray, ask somebody to pray for you, you know. And even like I remember my boss had said, you know, you need to get some of your elders or your first lady or somebody to pray, to intercede on your behalf, which I did, right? But I remember growing up, especially when I got to be a teenager, and I think I used to wear my mom out, because I was like, Mom, I need you to pray. Mom, I need you to pray all the time. And finally one day, I remember calling Mom at work. She said, I'm going to need you to pray for yourself. And I was like, dang, I mean, snap, crackle, and the pop, right? And so I was like, okay. And so then, you know, and I did. And then after that, I mean, I would still every now and then ask Mom to pray, but I can do it myself. You know, if I know, look, I place it in his hands and leave it there. So, but I think, you know, the person who is trying to cause drama in my life, I think they, you know, when I say, you know, you need to pray for yourself, you need to take it to God or whatever, I think they think I'm being funny, but I'm not. I'm actually being dead serious, you know, because I can't do for you what you need done. I'm not God. So, but anyway, but I had a good day, and I'm just glad that the writing is on the wall. I'm glad the confirmations that I have been receiving, because I kind of wish I would have recorded today, but I didn't. But he said something else too about the blessings that we've received. It's all because of the goodness of the Lord. And he said something, and I can't remember. It was something to do with the blessings. And I was like, hallelujah. And my first lady, I had already told my first lady what was going on as far as, you know, my promotion stuff. And so she was like, I know that's right. You know what I mean? And she said, you've worked hard. You know, and that's the one thing that I love about Give me a little air. That's the one thing I love, because I told you in the previous video, you know, about the previous exciting news video, that I did have some haters. And clearly, and now the haters are like, oh, congratulations. And oh, and I'm just like, so, you know, and so here's me, like, what is right? Is the part where you were hating on me, was that the truth? Or the part of you congratulating me, is that the truth? I need to know, because clearly you didn't think I was worthy. And that's kind of where it's getting to. Like, there were some people who thought I wasn't worthy to get what I'm getting, and I'm just like, So anyway, but my boss, not even knowing, you know, about the haters and whatever, she was just like, you deserve it. She said, you have worked hard. She said, and even when you come to church these last 6 months, she said, I can see a change in you. And I'm just like, I'm trying, you know. I feel like a babe in Christ. Like, you know, I feel like at the beginning stages, even though I've been in church all my life, but I really feel like right now I'm doing the work. I'm doing what needs to be done, and it's coming to pass. So, yeah. So I'm grateful, you know. I'm not going to worry about naysayers. I'm not going to worry about the haters. You know, I know if you're not being hated on, that means you're not doing nothing. I know that. I know that to be true. So I'm just going to keep being me, keep doing me, keep living life, and taking care of this corner, and going on about my business. Because God is taking care of us. You know, I know He's going to provide everything, every desire of our hearts, you know. And then the things that we don't need, He'll take that off the plate and put something else on it. So with that being said, y'all, have a great day, and I'll see you on a new video.